Hello, you lovely people, welcome back to our cozy kitchen corner. Today we're diving into one of my absolute favorite Italian dishes, risotto. This dish is not just food, it's an experience, a journey into the heart of Italian cuisine. Risotto might sound fancy, but making it at home is easier than you think. With a few simple ingredients and a bit of patience, you can create a dish that's both luxurious and comforting. It's creamy, comforting, and once you get the hang of it, you'll be making it like a true Italian nonna. Imagine the joy of serving a dish that brings smiles and satisfaction to everyone at the table. At its core, risotto is a northern Italian rice dish cooked slowly with broth until it's velvety and rich. The key is to add the broth gradually, allowing the rice to absorb the liquid and release its starches, creating that signature creamy texture. The beauty? It's a blank canvas. Keep it classic with Parmesan and butter, or add mushrooms, asparagus, pumpkin, or sausage. The possibilities are endless, and each variation brings its own unique flavor and character to the dish. Risotto is pure comfort food with a touch of class, perfect for a quiet night in or impressing guests. Whether you're dining solo or hosting a dinner party, risotto always makes a statement. In this guide, I'll break down the ingredients, method, and my top tips for a perfect creamy risotto every time. From choosing the right rice to mastering the stirring technique, I've got you covered. By the end, you'll have the confidence to create your own gorgeous plate of risotto. You'll be able to experiment with different ingredients and make the dish truly your own. So grab your apron, let's get started. Together, we'll turn simple ingredients into a masterpiece that you'll be proud to serve. Let's talk about what makes risotto so special. The rice. You need short-grain Italian rice, Arborio, Carnaroli, or Vialone Nano, because it's packed with starch. That starch is the secret to risotto's creamy texture. The process is just as important. Add warm broth a ladle at a time, stirring gently and often. This releases the rice's starch, thickening the broth into a luscious sauce. Arborio is great for beginners, Carnaroli is the chef's favorite, and Vialone Nano is beloved in the Veneto region. The key is patience. Risotto isn't a dish you rush. Stirring and slowly adding broth transforms simple rice into something spectacular. It's not about boiling. It's about coaxing the rice to create its own sauce. This technique has been perfected over generations, and now it's your turn. Let's get you stirring like a pro. Before we cook, let's get prepped. Taking a few minutes to organize your ingredients and tools will make the whole process smoother and more enjoyable. Risotto is all about timing and attention, so having everything at your fingertips is key. For a classic risotto, you need a handful of simple, high-quality ingredients that come together to create something truly special. Start with Arborio rice, about 350 grams for 4 people. This short-grain rice is essential for risotto because it releases starch as it cooks, giving the dish its signature creamy texture. Next, you'll need about 1.5 liters of good-quality chicken or vegetable stock. Keep it warm on the stove. Adding cold stock can shock the rice and ruin the texture. The stock is what the rice absorbs, so its flavor really matters. A finely chopped onion or shallot forms the aromatic base. Take your time to chop it finely. This helps it melt into the rice as it cooks, adding subtle sweetness and depth. You'll also want a clove or two of fresh garlic, peeled and minced. Garlic brings a gentle warmth and complexity to the dish. Dry white wine is another classic ingredient. Just a splash, about half a cup, to deglaze the pan and add brightness. Don't forget olive oil and butter. You'll use both to sauté the aromatics and finish the risotto for a rich, silky finish. And of course, a block of Parmesan cheese. Grate it fresh for the best melt and flavor. Pre-grated just doesn't compare. The stock is crucial. Homemade is best if you have time, but a good quality store-bought one works well too. Just make sure it's flavorful and not too salty. Always keep your stock warm on a low simmer. Adding cold stock can halt the cooking process and make the rice uneven. Warm stock helps the rice cook gently and absorb flavor evenly. For equipment, you'll need a large, heavy-bottomed pan. This helps distribute heat evenly and prevents the rice from sticking or burning. You'll also need a smaller saucepan to keep your stock warm and a ladle for adding it gradually to the rice. A sturdy wooden spoon is your best friend for stirring. Risotto needs gentle, constant stirring to coax out the starch and achieve that creamy consistency. Grate your own Parmesan just before serving. The fresh shavings melt beautifully into the hot rice, adding a nutty, salty finish. And don't forget a knob of cold butter at the end. Stirring it in off the heat gives your risotto an extra layer of creaminess and a glossy finish. That's it. Simple, quality ingredients and basic gear. No fancy gadgets required, just a bit of care and attention. With everything ready and within reach, you'll breeze through the cooking process. Prepping ahead means you can focus on stirring and tasting, not scrambling for missing ingredients. Good prep makes the process smooth and enjoyable, letting you relax and enjoy the rhythm of cooking. So, wash your hands, tie on your apron, and let's move on to the prep work. Your risotto adventure is about to begin. Aprons on, let's prep. Finely chop 1 onion and a clove or 2 of garlic. Set aside. Pour your stock into a saucepan and keep it at a gentle simmer. Grate about 8100 g of Parmesan and cut a generous knob of cold butter, about 50 g. If you're using fresh herbs for garnish, chop them now. Weigh out your Arborio rice and measure 150 milliliters of dry white wine. Lay out your ingredients. Chopped onion and garlic, simmering stock, risotto pan, rice, wine, Parmesan, and butter. This setup means you can focus on cooking, not scrambling for ingredients. Preparation is the secret to a stress-free risotto. With everything in place, you're ready for the main event. Let's get cooking. Here comes the fun part. Begin by placing your largest, heaviest pan over a medium heat. This will help distribute the heat evenly and prevent any hot spots that could burn your ingredients. Drizzle in a generous amount of good quality olive oil, letting it shimmer and coat the bottom of the pan. The oil is the foundation of flavor for your risotto, so don't rush this step. Next, add a knob of butter. As it melts into the oil, you'll notice the aroma becoming richer and more inviting. The combination of butter and oil gives your risotto a luxurious mouthfeel and depth of flavor that's hard to beat. Add finely chopped onion and minced garlic to the pan. Sauté them gently for about 5 minutes, stirring often. The goal here is to soften the onion and garlic until they're sweet and translucent, but not browned. This slow, gentle cooking draws out their natural sugars, creating a subtle, aromatic base for your risotto. Now increase the heat slightly and pour in your Arborio rice. Stir it well, making sure every grain is coated in the buttery oil mixture. Toasting the rice for a minute or 2 helps the grains stay firm as they cook, and it adds a lovely nutty flavor to the finished dish. Pour in a splash of dry white wine. As it hits the hot pan, it will sizzle and release a burst of fragrance. Stir continuously, letting the wine bubble away and absorb into the rice. This step not only adds acidity and complexity, but also lifts the flavors of the onion and garlic, filling your kitchen with an irresistible aroma. Once the wine has evaporated, lower the heat to medium-low. Begin adding your warm stock, 1 ladleful at a time, just enough to barely cover the rice. Using warm stock helps keep the cooking process gentle and even, ensuring the rice cooks perfectly without becoming mushy. Stir the risotto gently and patiently, allowing the rice to slowly absorb the liquid. This is where the magic starts to happen. The rice releases its starch, thickening the sauce and giving risotto its signature creamy texture. As soon as the liquid is nearly absorbed, add another ladle of stock. This gradual process is key to achieving the perfect consistency. Don't be tempted to rush or add too much liquid at once. Continue this rhythm, ladle, stir, absorb, for about 15 to 18 minutes. The rice will slowly plump up, becoming tender but still with a slight bite at the center. This is the heart of risotto making. Patience and attention. As you stir, you'll notice the rice releasing its starch, transforming the liquid into a silky, creamy sauce that clings to every grain. This is what sets risotto apart from other rice dishes. Take your time and enjoy the process. Cooking risotto is as much about the experience as it is about the result. Let yourself get lost in the gentle rhythm of stirring and savor the aromas wafting through your kitchen. Taste the risotto as you go. This is the best way to check the texture and seasoning. The rice should be tender but still have a slight firmness in the center, what Italians call al dente. This is the moment when risotto transforms from simple ingredients into something truly magical, a creamy, comforting dish that's both elegant and satisfying. Keep adding stock and stirring until the rice is just al dente and the mixture is creamy, not soupy. The grains should be visible, suspended in a luscious sauce. Now it's time for the final flourish. Your risotto is ready for its finishing touches. Taste the rice. It should be creamy with a slight bite in the center. If it's too firm, add a bit more stock and cook another minute. When it's perfect, take the pan off the heat. Add your grated Parmesan and cold butter. Season with salt and black pepper, but go easy. Parmesan and stock are salty. Beat everything together vigorously for a minute. The risotto should be glossy and flow gently when you shake the pan. This is all onda. Let it rest for a minute to meld the flavors. Spoon into warm bowls, letting it spread naturally. Garnish with extra Parmesan, a drizzle of olive oil, and fresh herbs if you like. That's it, a perfect homemade risotto. You've nailed it. Enjoy every mouthful. A few quick tips to make your risotto foolproof. Never wash your risotto rice. You want all that starchy goodness for creaminess. Stir regularly, but you don't need to be frantic. Just don't abandon your pan. If your risotto is too thick, add a splash of warm stock or hot water to loosen it. If it's too runny, cook gently for another minute or two until it thickens. Trust your instincts and adjust as you go. Risotto is forgiving. Most mistakes can be fixed with a little patience. Every batch teaches you something new. Stay present, taste often, and enjoy the process. Cooking is about learning and having fun. You're well on your way to risotto mastery. There you have it, the complete guide to a magnificent homemade risotto. It's not about being a fancy chef. It's about good ingredients, patience, and a little love. Once you've mastered the basics, experiment with your favorite flavors: mushrooms, peas, squash, prawns, and more. Cooking should be fun and shared with people you love. A bowl of risotto is pure comfort and a skill for life. Now get in the kitchen and give it a go. Share this guide with friends and spread the risotto love. Happy cooking, everyone!